Hi, I want to share a potential problem for anyone wanting to appear in AI search results who is using JavaScript on their website. Don't worry if you are, there are 3 things you can do about it. Now, JavaScript is used primarily to add that sort of interactivity to a website. It's that animated button or the text or the forms you can fill in. But usage has grown a lot over the last few years due to the creation of what's called JavaScript libraries that can make things like responsive websites much easier to build. Now, it's estimated that 99% of all websites are using JavaScript for their code base. So your website is almost definitely using it. The question is, therefore, are you accidentally negatively impacting content on your website that is an important part of your marketing and messaging? The issue is, you see, that AI bots now account for a growing share of search traffic, but they can't always process the JavaScript properly or understand it. So if your website depends on JavaScript to display content, it's likely not to get indexed correctly, which means fewer people will obviously find it within AI search results. Interestingly, this is less of an issue for search engines who do a better job of understanding JavaScript. So, while it can enable you to develop some brilliantly interactive features within your site, too much of it can make your site unreadable to the AI search crawlers. So there's 3 things to make sure your content, stays accessible and easy to find. The first one is use what we call server-side rendering. So instead of relying on the JavaScript to load everything in the browser, make sure the key content is processed on your server and included within the initial HTML version of your web pages. Second is take what we call a HTML first approach to development. Good SEO, unfortunately, has never generally been the easiest route for the website developer. But AI crawlers, sort of like the ChatGPT bot, prioritize HTML content. So structuring your site with this in mind will improve discoverability. And third, make sure you add JavaScript elements carefully, ensuring core content remains accessible even if scripts don't load properly, which does unfortunately sometimes happen. This might mean rethinking the usual, or what's become the usual, sort of JavaScript first approach, but by finding the right balance between the modern web functionality and the cool bot accessibility, you can make sure your website performs well for both people, and the crawlers. It's important to keep your site competitive as search and AI advances. You'll need to focus on making your content as easy to find and access as possible to be successful for the long term. So enjoy that, reach out if you need some more help with that. In our next video, I'll be talking about why your brand language is way more important for AI search than you think, and why this may mean you need to actually change it or create a brand language guidelines if you don't have one. So do follow Vaughton to get a notification when this video is released. Thank you.